Hi, I'm Ashley Smith from the Farmington Hills Nature Center. I'm standing right out front where all of our wildflowers are growing. When you enter the Nature Center, you pass by some wildflowers and grasses that are even taller than you. Believe it or not, these plants were planted here on purpose to attract butterflies and other beneficial pollinators and insects. We're going to explore some of those today.
They shed out of their skin and
I'm standing right next to one of the common milkweed plants. We have many species of milkweed growing here at Heritage Park. This is common milkweed, the one with the big pink flowers, and as you can see, it grows really tall, taller than me in some cases. One of the insects that you can find on the milkweed plant is a milkweed bug. There's milkweed bugs and milkweed beetles. The milkweed beetles have you can kind of see their shell has a line straight down the middle. The bugs will have an X on their back, but they're both orange and black, and they both feed off the milky sap found on the milkweed plants. You can see two here on the plant and one here on my thumb. As you can see on this native Joe Pye weed, all of the leaves are munched almost down to nothing by the Japanese beetle. So this is an example of the kind of damage they can do to crops and other plants. Luckily, this is a native plant and will likely come back, even though many of the leaves have been destroyed by the Japanese beetle. We moved into the forest of Heritage Park. Decomposer insects are found everywhere on the forest floor. They're really important because as things die in the forest, like leaves and this tree here, those bugs are the recyclers. They're the ones making that tree or those leaves back into soil to benefit all the living plants that are part of the forest. So these decomposer bugs, probably ants, maybe termites, are living inside of this dying or this dead tree trunk here. They're beneficial for all of the birds that call Heritage Park home, especially the woodpeckers, the insect-eating birds that visit this tree to find their food. A great spot to find decomposer insects on the forest floor are underneath logs and rocks. I usually like to flip one over to see what lives underneath. It's important though, that before you flip a log or a rock over, that you listen to make sure there aren't any bees or wasps living inside the log, and that you roll it gently over so you don't hurt any of the insects or bugs living underneath. We're going to roll this one to see what we can find. So when I flip this log over, you can see a frenzy of activity. There's ants living right under here, and the white part that you can see are all of their eggs that they're tending to. Since I flipped the log over, I disturbed their habitat, so I want to make sure I don't flip it over for too long, but it's interesting to see the workings of their colony underneath just this one log here, all the ants that live there. And also in the soil you can see tracks from worms and other crawling insects that live on the forest floor, slowly eating away this log, decomposing it back into the soil. So also living underneath this log and deep into the forest floor underneath the leaf litter are earthworms. The worms are busy eating the decomposing leaves, the decaying leaves, and turning it into soil. You can find a lot of different things crawling beneath a log. It's important though that if you find something you decide to pick up, that you also put it back where you found it and very gently close up that forest habitat that you found by flipping the log or the rock back over. So this creature here, a lot of people would think is a spider, but it's actually called a harvestman, or some folks call them daddy longlegs. They're really common in the forest, and they have 8 long legs like a spider, but they're actually not a spider. Their body is a little bit different. So instead of having 2 separate body parts, a cephalothorax and an abdomen, theirs appear to be fused together. And so they're not venomous, they can't bite, and they're decomposers in the forest. So you can see him there kind of perched on a leaf. Thanks for exploring insects with me today at Heritage Park. Whether you view insects as pests or partners, they're an important part of our ecosystem and habitat. If you want to learn more about insects, come visit Heritage Park. They're everywhere you look. You can also call the Nature Center for questions. Thanks for exploring with me today.